Embark on an exceptional journey through Equatorial Guinea, the African pearl where Spanish reigns as the official language. Explore a charming universe of traditions, constructions, and unique experiences that make this place a mysterious and unique destination in the African soul. Get ready for a tour full of discoveries and spectacles that only Equatorial Guinea has to offer. Welcome to the Fascinating Traditions channel. Here, we unravel fascinating secrets and explore the incredible world around us. Don't miss out on the discoveries. Subscribe now, activate notifications, and embark on this knowledge adventure with us. Explore the treasure at the heart of Africa, Equatorial Guinea, a country full of life, sharing borders to the north with Cameroon, to the east and south with Gabon, and to the west with the splendid Gulf of Guinea. It is distinguished by having two impressive areas, the mysterious Rio Muni Peninsula and the green island of Bioko, where Malabo, the capital, is located. Discover the opulence of its cultural diversity in a community of approximately 1.4 million people. Immerse yourself in the rich historical and cultural legacy of Equatorial Guinea, a sovereign nation full of charm. From the deep imprint of Spanish colonization in the 19th century to the dynamic political transformations that have encompassed dictatorships, the conquest of independence, and the path towards democracy, the history of this country is a fascinating epic. Dive into the world of its vibrant native cultures, such as the Fang, Bubi, and Ndao peoples, who have imbued this African pearl with uniqueness. We begin an electrifying journey through the centuries with the intriguing past of Equatorial Guinea. From the first inhabitants who settled in these lands more than 10,000 years ago, through the events and developments of the colonial era that forged its current identity. In the year 1843, the beginning of Spanish colonization marked the start of a new stage when territorial expansion from the Sahara encountered obstacles, prompting the exploration of new trade routes with Guinea and establishing ties with neighboring Congo. The establishment of the Spanish colony of Spanish Guinea in 1929, which included what we know today as Equatorial Guinea, Rio Muni, and the fascinating islands of Bioko and Annobon, marked a period of transformation. During this era, Spanish colonizers not only developed plantations of products such as rubber, cocoa, and coffee, but also dedicated themselves to evangelizing local communities, thus shaping the nation's unique cultural identity. During the 50s and 60s, Equatorial Guinea experienced moments of intense political activity, motivated by the desire for independence among its different ethnic communities. The independence movement found strong leadership in the Party National Union of Equatorial Guinea, PUNG, created in 1959 by the future president, Francisco Macias Nguema. This period of anti-colonial struggle culminated in 1968 when Equatorial Guinea achieved its independence from Spain, inaugurating a republican era with Macias Nguema at the helm. However, Macias Nguema's government was characterized by severe human rights abuses and acts of corruption, which eventually led to his deposition through a coup in 1979, orchestrated by his nephew, Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo. Equatorial Guinea stands out on the world stage as a country of contrasts and resilience under the decisive leadership of Obiang, who has shaped a state where civil liberties are limited, marking a stark contrast with international norms. Despite the oil boom of the 90s, a large part of its population remains mired in poverty, highlighting a reality of inequality. The country's political situation is one of oppression and ongoing turbulence, with a political opposition that struggles to establish meaningful dialogue in a context of repression, unjust dismissals, and media censorship, painting Equatorial Guinea with tones of defiance and reflection. I am interested in your view on this intriguing African nation. Share your thoughts and continue discovering this complex situation. Remember to subscribe and share for more analysis in the future. Although there is a constitution that guarantees free elections, Obiang has managed to stay in power through elections that have re-elected him with overwhelming majorities. Equatorial Guinea, with its natural riches, faces significant economic and political challenges. Although the oil and gas resources could have marked a turning point, the reality is that many citizens live in conditions of extreme poverty. The government of Equatorial Guinea, facing criticism for its opacity and accusations of corruption, is at a crucial moment, with the expectation of significant changes in the near future. This context turns the country into a complex chessboard where strategic political and economic moves are played, defining the pace of a nation in search of its own redemption. Equatorial Guinea's rich culture emerges as a vibrant mosaic, uniting different traditions at the crossroads of its vast ethnic diversity. This cultural landscape is forged under the influence of multiple currents, offering a unique experience to those who discover it, reflecting the uniqueness and richness of the Ecuador-Guinean identity. In the vibrant cultural scene of Equatorial Guinea, music resonates as a melody that forks into two distinctive expressions. On one hand, traditional music is characterized by the mastery of ancestral instruments such as the balafon, silo, kora, ibe, bongos, and a variety of drums, showcasing the country's musical wealth. On the other hand, contemporary music opens up to innovation, blending the electric guitar with percussion and incorporating global rhythms that range from jazz and blues to samba and merengue, showing a fascinating fusion of sounds. In the social structure of Equatorial Guinea, the family holds a central place, especially highlighting the role of women, who play a crucial role in the education of children and in family cohesion, earning them notable respect within their communities. Despite the valuation of these traditional roles, the country faces the challenge of advancing towards gender equality and ensuring fair opportunities for all its inhabitants. This journey through Ecuador-Guinean culture and society reveals a story of diversity and strength, opening paths towards a future where equity prevails. In the colorful panorama of Ecuador-Guinean attire, women play a leading role, moving to the rhythm of ancient traditions. They wear garments and adornments that capture the eye, among which turbans and meticulously crafted hats stand out, reflecting their unique aesthetic. These garments are not just items of clothing, they are manifestations of self-love and skill, carefully woven and embroidered by the women themselves, showcasing the deep roots of their culture and the expression of their identity through fashion. Under the intense equatorial sun, the skin of many women in Equatorial Guinea shines, serving as a backdrop to a rich heritage and the golden light that bathes them. Their silhouettes, celebrating the beauty of curves and balance, stand as living testimonies of the harmony between their culture and the natural environment that surrounds them. The facial features of the Ecuador-Guinean population present a spectacle of variety, telling unique stories through their differences, characteristic of the diverse regions and ethnic groups of the country. Broad noses and generous lips are typical, but it is the wide range of features, expressive eyes and pronounced cheekbones, that truly highlights the richness of African diversity. This collage of traits constructs a human landscape where some aspects are common with other areas of the African continent, while others reflect affinities with European or Asian lineages, thus weaving a unique and diverse ethnic identity. The youth of Equatorial Guinea shows a marked enthusiasm for Latin culture, adopting it as a vibrant source of inspiration that influences their music, dance, and fashion style. This enthusiasm is evident in their passion for lively rhythms such as salsa and reggaeton, resonating with the work of renowned Latin American artists. In this cultural exchange, Latin women are especially admired, not only for their physical beauty, but also for their capacity for expression and charisma. In the spiritual realm, religion holds a predominant place in Guinean society, with an overwhelming majority of the population adhering to Catholicism, while the rest are divided between animism and Islam. Religious practices are deeply intertwined with daily life, ranging from regular attendance at masses and processions to participation in fervent celebrations such as Holy Week and Christmas. These festivities are times when Latin influences interweave with local religious traditions, creating a unique experience for the youth of Equatorial Guinea, who find in these practices a way to connect with their cultural identity while exploring and adopting elements of Latin culture. The gastronomy in Equatorial Guinea is a celebration of the senses, offering a spectacle of flavors and colors that stand out in its rich culture. Dishes like nallet, a flavorful soup with green leaves and choices of fish or meat, apui, a succulent dough made from cassava or yam accompanied by pork ribs, and fish soup with annatto are just a few examples of how local cuisine awakens the palate, reflecting the nation's ethnic diversity. But Equatorial Guinea enchants not only with its music, dance, and gastronomy, but also stands out for its rich architectural legacy that narrates chapters of its colonial history. Buildings with unique designs, such as the brewery, the Plaza de la Libertad, the Grand Hotel, and the La Merced Church in Bata, add beauty and character to the landscape. Malabo, with its origins in 1827 and deep Spanish influence, boasts a colonial historic center that endures as a vestige of other eras. Its neoclassical structures, highlighted by elegance, sobriety, and symmetry, encapsulate the essence of Spanish colonial presence in Africa. Among the jewels of Equatorial Guinea's colonial architecture, the Grand Hotel Malabo stands out as an emblem, built in 1916. Its central location, near the Plaza de la Independencia, allows it to be a key setting for events and cultural manifestations, carrying with it significant history and art. Other notable examples of this architectural legacy in Malabo include the majestic Presidential Palace, the imposing City Hall building, the moving Church of the Immaculate Conception, and the National Theater, each with its own stories that are interwoven with the country's cultural and temporal evolution. Despite not being a destination overrun by tourists, Equatorial Guinea shines with the warmth and friendliness of its people, who welcome visitors with genuine hospitality. The lack of large tourist crowds does not prevent the locals from creating an environment of respect and welcome for those who decide to venture into their territory. Delving into the traditions of Equatorial Guinea is like participating in an enriching cultural dance, recommended for anyone visiting the country. It is essential to adhere to local laws and customs, especially regarding dress and social conduct norms. Modest attire is preferred, highlighting the value of traditional clothing. For women, it is important to cover legs and shoulders as a sign of respect, especially in religious places. During your stay, you'll encounter regulations that might seem strange, such as the prohibition of taking photographs without prior permission. This is aimed at safeguarding privacy, especially in sensitive areas such as government buildings, airports, military facilities, or sacred spaces. Moreover, it's important to be aware that homosexuality is criminalized in the country, a reminder of the cultural and legal differences. Traveling through Equatorial Guinea is based on mutual respect and understanding of local customs. Closing this narrative, Equatorial Guinea emerges as a charming destination, interwoven with the rich texture of its history, a vibrant cultural life, and architecture that narrates countless tales. If the urge to explore burns within you, don't wait any longer to plan your next getaway to this fascinating country. We invite you to dive into the depths of its uniqueness. Don't let the spell dissipate. Subscribe to continue discovering future content. And, of course, share your thoughts and comments. We are eager to hear your perspective. What feelings does Equatorial Guinea evoke in you? Share with us.